Welcome back. Well, we are back in the broadcast kitchen with Chef Evelyn. You blog a lot and you do a thing called Urban Foodie.
Absolutely. The Urban Foodie is where I take people around the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex to my favorite restaurants, culinary events, wine tastings, farmers markets, anything to do with food.
How do I get on that list? I want to go with you to do that.
Yeah, you know, you can go to my website, chefelyn.com, and I have a newsletter where I send out free recipes, and I also put in upcoming events.
Okay, so today you're making this wonderful fall dessert for us.
Yes.
It really is that time of year that we can start baking in the kitchen and making stews and all that good stuff.
And this is perfect for the holidays because you eat it warm. It's got apples and cranberries. It's got cinnamon and nutmeg. It's giving you that very holiday fall feeling.
Oh, so good.
So it's a maple apple pudding cake. And so just to get started, I've got 2 cups of maple syrup here and a 1.5 cups of apple juice. And we're just going to bring that to a boil.
And any kind of apple juice, or do you prefer like the unfiltered kind? Does it matter?
It doesn't really matter because you're going to boil it and then you're going to bake it, but it's going to make a pudding on the bottom of our cake. So yeah, but you do want a good grade of maple syrup and not pancake syrup.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got our all-purpose flour here, and if you want to come over and help me, I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and if you'll put our cinnamon and nutmeg, just dump the whole thing. All of it right in there, and then a little bit of baking powder.
All of it again?
All of it right in there. You'll mix that up. And while you're mixing that up, I have some brown sugar here. And I'm going to add just 2 eggs to it. And I'm going to add melted butter. This is a lot, but it's a big cake. You know, it's the holidays. You can afford to have a few extra calories, right?
I'll tell you what, and leftover or something like this in the morning with your coffee.
Absolutely. This is perfect for that. So we've got brown sugar, we've got eggs, we've got butter. Can't have a dessert without vanilla, right?
Right.
I'm mixing that up, and then I'm just going to add my milk right into that. So it's like dry ingredients, wet ingredients.
Just regular milk, or you can use low-fat, skim, whatever you've got in the fridge?
I would go with whole milk. Okay. This is not one of those times you want to skip on the fat, you know, but if you're drinking it with milk, then you can go low-fat or skim, just to kind of balance it out. So now I'm just going to take my mixture and pour it right into the bowl. And we are almost all half done with this recipe. So this is super simple. You can't mess it up at all.
Should I mix with
this? Yes, absolutely. And once we get that all incorporated, I've got some frozen cranberries here. And the key is you do not want these to defrost. You want them frozen, and you just kind of want to do a rough chop. And because they're going to release their liquid and make part of the batter. And then I've got 2 Granny Smith apples that I've just peeled and chopped up.
Oh my gosh, this is so good. This is the kind of thing you cook and it makes your whole house smell so good.
Absolutely. My house was smelling like maple syrup and cinnamon, and I was like, yes, I love this time of year. I'm from Missouri originally, so I love when it gets cold outside.
Oh, you love the cold weather, yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm going to dump this all right into your bowl.
I love the tartness of the cranberries and the Granny Smith apples.
And you need that because you've got all that maple syrup and apple juice, and so it's kind of going to balance it out because that's really sweet, and that's going to be tart and cake. So once we get all that mixed together, I've got a 9 by 13-inch pan that I've just sprayed with nonstick cooking spray, and we're just going to put this whole mixture right in there.
It's so easy.
Yeah, that's it. You're done. Doesn't even have to be perfectly mixed because it's all going to go together.
Okay.
So I will dump that in there, and as you see, our apple juice and maple syrup have come to a boil.
It's starting to boil.
And this just goes right in there like that. This is beautiful, and this is the fun part. So after I put this in here, just going to spread it out evenly. We're just going to take this whole mixture and pour it right.
Is that hot?
Oh, it's good. You just pour it right over the top.
Oh.
And can't you just smell all the apple juice and the maple syrup? And it looks a little funny right now, but what's going to happen as it bakes, all of that's going to go through the cake and create this thick and luscious pudding on the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to grab our nuts. I've just got a mixture here of pecans and walnuts, whatever kind you like. You can do all walnuts, you can do all pecans right on the top. And once this goes in the oven, it only takes about 35 minutes. So while you're watching your favorite episode of whatever your favorite show is, this is your finished product.
So pretty.
Don't you love it? And you can see the pudding on the bottom.
Where's a fork?
Yes.
I'm going to get into that. Real quickly, though, I want you to tell me, when you do these kind of field trips, we'll call them, for Urban Foodie, and you take people around, how many people do you usually have with you at once?
It varies. Sometimes we'll have in excess of 40, or sometimes it's a really small, intimate group, and it's just, 6 to 10 of us. But it just depends on what it is. But we have a good time, and the main thing is we eat some really, really good food.
I'll bet you do.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so it's chefevelyn.com.
Yes, chefevelyn.com, or you can follow me online on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Chef Evelyn as well.
Oh my gosh. gosh.
Yes.
And if you want this recipe, you can get it on our website and just click on today's links. Don't
you love it?
That is comfort food. I need some vanilla ice cream on it.
A little whipped cream. Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
That and a fire.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
and sharing
having
this
me.
recipe with us. We are back with more broadcast right after this.